it's that time time again to open up the magazine and read more of it. Basically, play the games. So there's only 5 left in this issue, I think. So see how quickly we get through them. Um. So yeah, we left off at Dogsbody budget game. So it's from what I tested. Didn't seem the easiest thing to get into, but we'll give it a bit more of a try in a minute. First, got the review. Yeah, yeah. Bug Bite is a very old software house that bit the dust a while back, but now they've been reincarnated as a budget label. This is their first Amstrad release. It's reminiscent of games like Dig Dug and Quango, where you dig in the earth to collect objects and avoid monsters. And it is the same sort of panic nature as some exploration thrown in. I've never heard of Quango. As Dogsbody, you have to rescue 192 puppies from the castle stronghold of Dr. Dogmush. Good name. The castle is a maze composed of 25 screens, within which are contained the puppies in small groups, 50 gremlins and robots, flowers and rocks. The maze is composed of flick screens, so that often it is difficult to know what you will encounter when moving off one screen and onto another. The groups of puppies are dotted all over the maze, making the hardest to get at locations. Where are we? Many of the others get at locations, of course, but flashing to indicate their presence. Most of the maze tunnels are filled with earth, with the occasional clear area where all the gremlins and robots may lie in wait. These nasty pieces of work are the defenders of the stronghold, and if Dogsbody touches them, he loses a life. Gremlins and robots are best avoided completely, but sometimes there is no alternative but to release one into the maze. They are very persistent and will chase you all over so that they will have to be dealt with. There are 2 main ways of dealing with this, either by crushing them with a rock or blocking the trail behind you with a flower. The rocks are fortunately harmless to Dogsbody, so that he can stand underneath them or have them land on his head with injury. Will it be without injury? Flowers can be used to block the way by removing the earth from above them, and they will grow into the space. Again, there is no danger to the canine hero, who can stand above a growing plant without fear. The graphics and sound are nothing to write home about, but the game quality lies in the addictiveness of the action. As you gradually explore more of the maze, it becomes a real challenge trying to work out how to complete new areas and get the timing right to avoid the robots and gremlins. This certainly won't be an easy game to complete, because it needs some luck as well as skill in choosing where to go. Second opinion. This is an old idea, but none the worse for that. It's executed with a certain amount of skill and charm, and it's going to be far from easy to crack. While 25 screens might not seem a lot these days, each one is progressively more difficult and will require a lot of attention and speed to crack. Good news! Tough arcade action. 25 diabolically designed screens to make life difficult. Nice features in the boulders and plants. Bad news. Flick screen maze can cause frustrating deaths. 25 screens isn't that big a playing area. Graphics 56, Sonics 33, grab factor 71, staying power 59, overall rating 68%. Smarter than the average mag. Okay. So, yeah, let's get started. Have a look at the game. spell it right, it helps. Okay. Click the window, it helps. It helps too. Dogsbody to the rescue. Written by undecipherable name. And apparently E.T.? Okay, the Dogsbody, gremlins, robots, puppies, and neshes. Pups captured by the evil Dogmush, who is away on holiday. Oh, okay. And kept in his castle and surrounding grounds. Unfortunately, things are hampered by the fact that Dogmush has left about 50 guards scattered throughout the place, all highly intelligent and continually searching for Dogsbody. One touch from any of these is totally devastating. In other words, you will be dead. Anyway, you are not entirely defenseless, as there are a number of rocks and plants scattered around the place. These can be activated by removing the soil from below and above them, respectively. Rocks will splat, strong language, gremlins eat easily, but the robots have to be hit just right in order to mangle them. An actual full stop. Plants are there just to block the way. If Dogsbody runs over a gnasher, then the gremlins will turn yellow and run away. They will also become non-hazardous, but only temporarily. The controls are up equals P, down equals L, left equals Z, and right equals X. Good. Oh, we started. Oh, whoops. Ow. Whoops. After me. Everything's after me. Score 244. Okay. Let's try it again. Oh, jeez. Oh, I can't go through that. Oh, no. Whoops. Because he was right there. Yeah. You died a little easily. A little bit too easily, yeah. That way, that's going to get blocked, isn't it? Oh. Oh, that didn't work so well. How do you know where the exits from screen to screen are? You just don't know where the exits are. You either can go to the next screen, or there's a wall in your way. You don't know. You just don't know. You have to memorize the map. Oh. 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 Yeah, well, that's... They just stick with you and they don't disappear or anything. Get some iframes for about a second and then they can just kill you again. Where the hell did this guy come from? Can't shake him! Wow. Can't move the... Oh, there we go. We can move it right here. Oh, you can't go through there. Go just through this one little tiny spot. And now I'm stuck because you can't push. It's written in basic, I think, this game. Where you break into it there. Oh. Come. Just don't leave you alone. Oh, jeez. Once I go through here, I can't come back in. Yeah, I don't know how you get all those. Yeah. Let's go down this way. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Can't go through walls. Yeah, and stop. Wow. Yeah, they're way too easy to die. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm trapped. Oh, no, I'm not. There you go. You can go out this way. Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, how do I avoid him? Look at that. Oh, jeez. There. Run away. Yep. Yeah, that game's going to take a lot of memorization. Yeah. Alright, we'll move on to the next game. It's certainly a game. Okay, next game. The game is Assault on Port Stanley. Amsoft must be hoping that the Falklands War will do for this game what it did for the Tory party standing in the polls. Ooh, politics talk. It takes the form of a three-stage attack where you control a ship or a helicopter as you try to get to Port Stanley. The first stage places you in control of a warship as it steams towards the islands. As it slices its way through the exclusion zone, it encounters lots of ships intent on blowing it out of the water, making them fair game for your guns. Once the ships are in range, 3 shells will send a ship to the bottom, along with all hands, only to be replaced by another one. If the enemy gets close enough, they will shell your vessel, and if damage reaches 100%, you're so much submerged scrap metal. When the ships get close to you, they start to circle quite quickly, making them harder to hit and allowing more ships to get within striking range. If you survive long enough and get close enough to the islands, which is purely a matter of time rather than direction, then planes will also appear over the horizon to harass you. You can't shoot these, but you can move off screen where they can't shoot you. Not long after encountering the planes, you reach the island, at which point a helicopter takes off from the ship to challenge the second and third stages of the game. The helicopter may also take off earlier, but this will mean it does not have enough fuel to make it to the island. After taking off, the chopper has to take on the waves of enemy fighters surging out to protect their islands. The planes fly in the top of the screen while the helicopter flies up from the bottom to meet them. They move down screen, often diagonally, shooting as they go, and you have to shoot them down or avoid them. If the chopper gets destroyed, it's back to the ship or to another chopper if the ship had already proceeded far enough. Fuel runs out continually through the stage, but if there is enough to survive the onslaught, then you move on to a river raid section. This is again viewed from above. The chopper has to be guided down a scrolling river, avoiding ships and barrage balloons on the way. The screen scrolls downwards and the helicopter can move forward or back on screen as well as left or right. The boats and balloons move left and right across the river, and again you have to shoot them or avoid them. Fuel continues to run out. To replenish it, the chopper has to be landed at one of the landing sites that appear on the river banks. Fuel and men can be picked up here, the men providing bonus points if you reach the end of the stage. This is the toughest of the 3 stages, as you have to watch both the fuel level and the river traffic ahead of you. One slip and it's back to the start of the river. Second opinion. The utterly tasteless title is not redeemed by the game itself. The first sequence is done much better in Beachhead, while the second two are pale imitations of the old Atari game River Raid. There is virtually nothing in the way of excitement until you get halfway through the final stage. Neither graphics nor sound are distinguished. Let's hope they come up with something a bit more interesting if they bring us Attack on Goose Green. Good news. Good graphics on the third stage. Gets very tough and demands plenty of skill towards the end. No RG bashing nonsense in the instructions or game. Bad news. No original ideas in the game. Simple gameplay and graphics for first 2 stages. Contender for tackiest game title of the year. Third stage can be overly frustrating. Graphics 54, Sonics 34, grab factor 59, staying power 62, overall rating 58%. Yeah. Well, now we get to try this out. Okay. Press trigger to continue. Approaching enemy fleet. Well, straight into the game. Here we go. Just fire. Boom. Oh, hit it. And again. Ow. Oh, jeez. Everything's shooting at me. We're dying. We're dying. Game over. I'm not sure you're supposed to avoid anything. You can't see what's coming. Good title screen. Approaching enemy fleet. Anything closer? Ow. You hit two at once. Something. He's playing. Game over. Yeah. This game's hard. ass kicked now. Jeez, 96% already, really? Helicopter airborne. That's how you spell airborne. Oh, got a smup section. Single shot at a time. Takes 2 hits to kill something, it seems. No, just one. Oh, no. Oh, dead. Okay, it does take 1 hit. They just don't die instantly. Entering channel. That was quick. Oh. Here we go. This is River Raid, alright. This is jerky, it hurts the eyes. Explosion kills you. Go do the helicopter bit again. That was close. Entering channel. Oh, well. Game over. Had a life left. Come on. It's about they expect another life. Anyway, that's Assault on Port Stanley. Got to see all the stages at least. On to the next. Okay. Next game, boys. Geoff Cape Strongman. We get to do joystick waggling on the keyboard. It's going to be fun. Alright. Geoff Capes has been Britain's, Europe's, and the world's strongest man. Now he's out to be the strongest man on a micro against the likes of Davey Thompson and Brian Jacks. They are dwarfed by Geoff in real life. But what about the game? It stars Geoff in 6 events where you have to first get him to the peak of fitness and then control his muscular effort through the event to complete his task within a time limit. You start with a frantic bit of joystick waggling or key bashing to determine Geoff's fitness. This gives you a percentage fitness which you should aim to get over 80 or 90 if you really get going. The waggling only lasts for 5 seconds, so 1500 meter stamina isn't needed, thank goodness. Once Geoff has got his strength up, it has to be distributed between 8 parts of his body. These are split into 2 sections, the upper and lower body, with particular muscles being used for each event, but all of them being pink and hairy. After some practice, you'll spot which muscles are used for which event and allocate accordingly. Now you're ready for the first event, the lorry pull. Geoff appears tied to the front of a lorry, with his hand down like a bull about to charge. He doesn't do any charging though, because that truck really takes some moving. Once the event starts, you have 2 things to control: the effort Geoff puts in and the muscles he uses. The effort shown in the percentage bar, the higher it is, the faster the muscle strength is used up. The muscles are shown on either side of the screen, and one at a time the boxes turn yellow, indicating which one is to be used. You move an arrow about selecting the muscles, turning the box green when you get to the right run. If you get it right, Geoff starts plodding along and fits and starts dragging the lorry towards the line. If he crosses it within the qualifying time, then it's on to the next event. First you get to reallocate strength left over from the last event. This happens after every event and helps to remember which muscles will be used next. The long chop pictures an axe over a log which you have to get through. It is made up of 3 different areas: soft, hard, and knotted. And you have to find the weakest area. The axe moves left and right, with its speed being determined by the effort bar. Pressing fire puts in a chop. This is probably the least interesting of the events, both for gameplay and graphics. But don't tell Geoff I said so. Barrel loading next, and here Geoff really starts to get going, having to plod back and forth the screen, dumping barrels into a lorry. Manic waggling gets him to the barrel where he impolitely squats, poking his bottom in your direction. And you waggle again to pick up the barrel. Then you allocate muscles as directed to get him to the lorry again. The car roll has Geoff throwing a poor defenseless Volkswagen onto its roof, whereupon the windscreen shatters. This is again done through the allocation of muscle strength and effort. But if you make a mistake, the car starts to roll backwards. The fairground bell is the 5th event. You don't have to ring it, but just achieve a certain height by waggling to increase effort and pressing fire at the right moment to hit. Last is the sumo wrestling, which is a tough event of timing as Geoff and another fighter squat in a circle and try to force each other out of it. This one can be rather frustrating, and I'd have preferred a straight waggle. But it does offer a different challenge if you can master it. Get through that lot and then you'll have to do it all again, only it gets tougher. It certainly has something a little different from the usual joystick bash, but 6 events may prove limiting. Second opinion. You don't have to have muscles like Geoff to play this game, but it would help. The wrangling is not for the weak of arm or faint of heart, even if it isn't quite as furious as those old decathlon games. The event's a novel, and the graphics are not bad. Geoff is an unmistakable figure. I wasn't keen on the muscle icons though. They're pretty repulsive to look at. The main drawback to the game is the limited number of events, which may mean that fitter players will lose interest. Yeah, there he is. He's the man himself. Apparently, bending pipe or something. Good news. Good combination of waggling and skill. Varied events which appeared in the TV shows. Muscle allocation icons are novel. Bad news. Most animation isn't very complicated. Log chop gives you little to do. 6 events isn't very many. Ooh, some of Geoff's hairy musculature. Yeah. Graphics 63, Sonics 34, Grab Factor 64, Staying Power 72, overall rating 68%. Move your elbow. Produced in Mangle Wurzel country. I have no idea what that means. Okay. Let's get the game started. Okay. Oh, there's the man himself. Yeah. He's sweating. Let's bend that pipe. Well, these are muscle icons. Okay. Well, it's nothing much on the title screen, so let's go. Yay. 63%. Oh, wow. Uh-huh. Okay, there we go. Geoff is exhausted. You allowed one of his muscles to reach 0. One of his muscles died. Let's try this again. 63% again. Wow. Doesn't leave it much room, does it? Boom, 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 boom. I'm entirely sure how this is supposed to be working. I think we're running out of time here. You failed to beat the qualifying time. Seems hard. Read this review again here. Oh, the effort Geoff puts in the effort he shows is put into. Okay. So how do we control the effort though? It's the difficult bit. $53. Come on. Wow. Terrible. So how do we control the effort? Oh. Z and X. Here we go. Oh. God damn it. Oh dear. I think it's failing. Well, there's the line. He stopped. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. 55. Damn it. I need a joystick. Damn it, it keeps changing too quick. What? Too much effort, is it? Damn it. What? What? Oh, you just got to do them in order. It's just showing them the order to put them in. Ah. Exhausted. Oh dear. Well. 58%. I'm getting worse. Oh no, it's just allocating it. Not much ready for that. Well, that's not much. Well, we're screwed. Yeah, I'm not paying attention here. Just run out of here. Do we have a quit option here? I must have. I get them in order. I just screwed. We had to miss. down enough. Muscles reach 0. Sure, try again. We'll get past this damn thing one way or another. 54%? What the? Ugh. We did it. Oh, this is more allocating again, is it? Okay. Next bit. Log chopping. This is how log chopping works. Can't get through there, huh? Oh, no, there we go. I just took 2 hits in. See if we can do it quickly. Perfect. Okay, third stage. Oh, there's this. Ow. Well, we're failing this. Can't wiggle fast enough. Nope. We're getting nowhere. I don't think I'll get past this bit. Geoff keeps his nice pink track pants. Leave it down so that helps. Nope. And time's out. You failed to beat the qualifying time. I don't think I'm getting past that bit. Hey, we got a high score though. 9th place. Yeah. Okay. Right, we'll move on from there. It's enough of that. Okay. On to the next game. Tombstone. 2 more games to go. Alright. Amsoft have a curious habit of going the whole hog on plugging mediocre games like Glenn Hoddle's Soccer and 3D Stunt Rider, while good games like this one that make you think sneak out without any ballyhoo or fuss. The game is reminiscent of Pyjamarama in the arrangement of rooms and tasks to be done, but graphically it's much different. Your task is to rescue some ripped out pages of a spell book from the castle of Tombstowne to enable the completed book of spells to lift the curse from the town. The pages are colourful little blue things that are picked up with a flash when you walk into them. Getting to some of the pages is difficult, and this is where the adventuring element comes in, and you have to solve various problems. The rooms are shown in 2D, but you can move into a doorway by jumping up at it, taking you into another room at right angles. Connections are also made just by walking off the edge of a screen, or by jumping up at staircases to a different level. Each location will contain furniture, ghostly enemies or objects which may be jumped on, avoided, or picked up respectively. The ghosts mostly move in regular movement patterns, so that timing is required to avoid them. Some, however, home in on you and push you off screen, unless you are carrying the right object and perform the right action. Ghosts will drain your energy, which is indicated at the top of the screen by a sparkler that slowly burns down. This is also depleted just by moving around, so that replenishment is needed. Extra energy takes the form of sticks of dynamite, which automatically increase your supply when picked up. All the other objects found lying about the place may have a use, and you'll have to find out what it is. Most problems have to be approached logically, as always. And sometimes it is difficult to recognize exactly what you're carrying until you find out what it's for. One example is in the fixing a broken staircase with a stretch of stairway that isn't initially apparent as being such. Only 4 objects at a time can be carried, so there will probably be a lot of switching around and running about as you try to find the right thing to complete a task. At the end of the game, you're told how many pages of the book you collected and how much of the game you've explored. The graphics are very impressive and with colourful and detailed room design, but the problem comes when characters overlap as they do frequently, at which point a really nasty colour clash occurs. The music is the other great thing about the game. And it's worth staying on the title screen for a while just to listen to it, since it uses Arnold's musical capability well. The puzzles may take some cracking, but provide a decent challenge in what is a good package. Singed opinion. Love the graphics. Shame about the overlap. The tune is terrific, and the game as a whole stands up well to the arcade adventure opposition. That means that the puzzles are far from easy, and that there's a lengthy game to be played here. Good news. Excellent music. Colourful and detailed screens. Difficult puzzling element with objects. A large playing area to try to discover. Bad news. Horrible when graphics overlap. Sometimes hard to know what an object is and therefore what it might do. Graphics 62, Sonic 76, Grab Factor 74, Staying Power 71, Overall Rating 72%. Apparently lousy handwriting, according to Toot. Cider, the fuel of the future. Okay. This was the name soft release, right? Yep. Okay. Okay. Tombstowne. Now loading. Control Sammy using joystick or keyboard. Can Sammy lift the curse from the castle of Tombstowne? Or is he about to meet his fate? Only you can tell. First jump to start. Copying, hiring, lending or broadcasting in any form is strictly forbidden without prior consent of premier software. Uh-oh. Castle. This way, apparently. Okay, let's go. Up to pick up things. A sparkler for a life bar. Yeah, up to pick up objects. Fire to jump. Fire to jump! Another one, fire to jump. These weird games. Just, ow. What was that? Oh, that was a piece of the book, was it? Another one, somehow. Oh boy. I'll leave that. I don't need it yet. I don't know what that is. There's the broken staircase. We can't climb it apparently. It just stops you. What's in here then? What the hell is that thing? Okay, got 4 objects, so not that it helps much. What is that face though? Is that a key? Oh look, the game's got a toilet. Best game ever now. Can't jump on it though. Hey, game is a toilet. What is in here? Bedroom. And a skull. What's in here? Ooh, ghosty. What is this thing? A piece of the thing though. Bathroom. What is this? The bathroom. What is the bathroom apparently? That's the bedroom. Another bedroom. It's called the bedroom. The gallery. Where was the toilet? The hole. The stairway. So what is that? A box of matches? It's a box of something, got an M on it. Sitting room. Everyone sits. My God, heavens above! Whatever that is there. This room has no floor. Could this be a trap? Probably. Down under. In Australia. A cellar. Nothing. Oh. Up is not jump. See, this is a trap, shall we? Guess not. Maybe this is a thing you can pick up then. Outside the castle. Oh, we can go in the bottom of the well. There's a piece here. Now what? I think we're stuck here. This seems a little weird. Okay, we can quit. Let's restart. Can't go out there. That's probably what the key's for. Right? Oh, fall through the steps. Down under. Anything else in here? Climb on the table. Whoa. Come on, get back on the stairs. Go on. what happens if the trap gets one of these rats? Probably nothing. Nope, nothing. Alright. Oh, you die when it's there. You have been defeated by Tombstowne, however, you retrieved 2 pages to the book of spells and have scored 13% of this adventure. Yeah, this one will go. Alright. Get dead hole. Yeah, sounds good. Don't jump over. Damn it, game. Bathroom. I'll wait for the big scary blue ghost. Here's the toilet. This is also the bathroom. Okay. So we've got the key. Go back outside again. Try not to fall in the well. Oh jeez. Okay, we found a use for something at least. By the bench. Inside the tower. Well, that pushes you out, huh? Oh no, what is this? Hunchback? The battlements. Ow. Oh. Well, that pushes you out too, huh? Well, I'm almost dead. Oh no, I fell into the floor. You've been defeated by Tombstowne, however you retrieved 6 pages to the book of spells and explored 30% of this adventure. 30%. Yeah, alright. Got enough out of that game. It's probably something worth picking up again at some point. It's somewhat enjoyable. Okay, let's get back to the magazine now. One game left. Okay. Your planet needs you. Strange loop. Fighting warrior. If you thought Egypt was all about romantic boat rides down the Nile, bathing in ass's milk and flirting with Cleopatra, then think again, because here it's all about blood, guts, and hacking people up with a sword. It's all in the name of rescuing a beautiful princess, but don't let sentimentality like that get in your way. You control fighting warrior, the champion of Egypt, who has to battle past a whole series of devilish opponents in order to reach a temple in which the princess is imprisoned. Most of the action takes place against a scrolling backdrop as you walk towards the temple. The scenery and enemies that come to fight you are colourful and very detailed, but the fighting is the real nitty-gritty. There are several different kinds of opponent, but all have the same sort of characteristics except for the vicious demon. The others all wield swords like yourself, with which they can indulge in an orgy of hacking at your body. Fighting warrior, of course, returns the compliment, and it becomes a battle of stamina and wits to see who lasts longer. There are 3 basic sword strikes, up, mid, and low. There are also 2 avoidance moves of jumping or ducking, but these aren't very useful in fights. 2 energy bars count down with each successful strike, and the first one to run out keels over and expires. Each strike also results in a satisfying thwack and splattering of pixels on your opponent. The violence of hammering your sword across the enemy's head may not be wholesome, but if you're in the right mood, it can be terribly satisfying. As a fighter nears death, he starts to flash different colours and all hope is lost. Defeating an opponent will replenish some of your energy, but tough opponents may leave you very weak indeed. In these circumstances, you may resort to hitting one of the magic phases that lie along your path. These can be good or bad effects like helping or harming energy, or killing or reviving an opponent. There seems to be no way of identifying which phase does what though, so it's a case of pot luck if you have to resort to it. Arrows are another problem because they fly across the screen and reduce your energy if they strike you. This means you have to duck or jump them, which in the middle of a fight leaves you wide open to attack. If your opponent ducks or jumps, then it gives you the chance to get in some free blows as he cowers before you, or leaps acrobatically in the air. The fighters have some curious habits. One of them leaps in the air and spits his tongue out at you, while another one shields itself with two scaly wings and does flying kicks at you. This last beast is the one you will encounter in the temple, but dealing with him there is a very tall order. Slicing away with a sword was very enjoyable at first, but as you progress to the temple and play more games, it tends to get samey. There's certainly plenty of challenge, but I didn't find this as fast or addictive as Fist. Still a good game though, with the graphics and animation being its best point. Second opinion. The violence in this game fair made my stomach churn, which is not to say that I didn't enjoy it. It's very exciting to begin with as you hack, chop and thrust at the vicious foes. The accompanying sounds of flesh being rent are truly disgusting. But as you progress, or not, it gets rather dull. When you begin to wonder, am I going to get near my goal? Well, don't ask me, because however much I persevered, I didn't seem to get any nearer to saving my beloved. Good news. Detailed and colourful scrolling backgrounds. Good animation on characters. Satisfying level of violence to relieve your frustrations on. Tough long-term game task. Bad news. Little variation in fighting task. Gameplay seems rather slow. Phases just seem to be just pot luck. Graphics 87, Sonic 67, grab factor 76, staying power 71, overall rating 75%. Spicy and original. Right. Okay. Here we go, last game of the issue. Okay. And off we go. Well, he's your dude. Jump kick. Okay, let's start playing. Watch out for more from the Melbourne House hit list on your Amstrad. Molinos, The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, Muggsy's Revenge, Mordor's Quest, Starion, Exploding Fist, Rock and Wrestle, Gyroscope. Okay, let's go. Fire to start. Yeah. Yeah. Ow. Yeah. Stab. 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 Okay, slice his legs off. Okay, we've got a demon already, huh? Slice it. Ow. Ow. Stab. Stab. It's dead. Slice. Slice. Ow. Swing and swing and swing. Missed. Ow. Whee. Far as here, I want to hit it. Hey, got some life back. This is not going well. Here we go. I'm doing stupid things, so it's better. Oh, jeez. I think I lost life there. Oh, I think I'm dead. Dead. We still at it. Okay. Let's try again. This music gotta keep going though. This game needs flying neck chop. going. Ow. Keep whacking his legs. Seems to be the way to go. Ah, in the leg. And get an arrow to the face. That did nothing. Swing for the leg. Just keep ducking it. That's good. Keep ducking. Keep walking. Where did he come from? I need some life here. Duck. I want everything. Oh, jeez, it lost life. Of course it did. Well, duck quickly at least. Yeah, well, we did. Okay. Let's try. Okay, he's dead. That did nothing. Okay, let's keep going. Just swing for the feet, or legs, or whatever. Okay. Need some life. Well, I don't think that helped. Oh, it's time that. Oh, God. Come on. Duck. Oh, we did. Yep. Yeah. That's pretty much what the game is, as far as I know. I know how long it takes to get to the end. I wonder if there's any long plays with this one, how long it takes. Let's have a look. Let's have a look for some long plays. Let's see. Oh, it is a long play. 11 minutes, apparently, only. Okay. Okay, this is a long play here. There we go. Okay. Stab him in the face. Yeah. Just take the arrow to the leg. Yeah, he's lucky enough to get some life back. Don't worry about the arrows. Killed him. Just like that. Excellent. Off we go. Mountain. Also transition to a temple. Skip ahead a bit. Needs life. What you got, is it? Got his... It's really lucky. Oh. Here's the entrance. You stab him in the face more. He's dead, in we go. There's our demon fellow. Just be easy. Dead. Off we go. I presume that's who we're supposed to rescue. Nice green colour. Oh no, he's back. You take damage every time you hit him. That's fair. He's dead. But yeah, that's how you unwrap someone. Oh, that's an ending. Everyone lived happily ever after. Congratulations, well done. You have completed your quest and rescued the Princess Thaya from the evil Pharaoh. But all is not as it seems. Do you take on the ultimate test and enter the pyramid? We shall have to wait and see. That it? Yeah, that's it. Game's over. Yeah, okay. Okay. Anyway, let's back to the magazine now. This is the back to the magazine here now. Where are we? Oh yeah, they left in peace. Yeah, it's a interesting game, other than probably a slight bit repetitive. Since Barbarian hadn't happened yet, so if it had a flying neck chop, it would be perfect, probably. So anyway, that's the last game of this magazine. Just get to read through the rest of the magazine now. This Obsidian International Rugby. Can play for any of the home international teams, playing for the Triple Crown or even the Grand Slam. There's every feature you would expect from an excellent arcade rugby simulation game. Aladdin's Cave. Oh no. Big League Soccer. No, we played that. That is terrible. Does your micro answer back? Does your micro chat to 70,000 people across the UK? Can your micro interview pop stars, hackers, and doyens of the computer industry? Can your micro provide the answer to your technical and software problems? Could your micro send and receive telexes worldwide? Does your micro do your shopping for you and have it delivered to your door? Is your micro an answering machine delivering your private mail wherever you log on? No? Shame. Bring your micro to life. MicroNet 800. Yeah. What you did before the internet. Thanks for the memory. The RAM expansions. Windows. Referring to memory windows, apparently. Lord of the Rings. 30 copies of the Melbourne House Mega Adventure must be won. Uh-oh. Aha, going somewhere, wise guys. Oh gosh, say Sab Shovel PI, we've had it. They've got big boxing computer games. Oh no, it's a spot the difference competition. Oh, here's the other version. The evil, nasty questions. What does the witch use to fly through the air? What colour cat does a witch usually keep? What date is Halloween? What visual is normally associated with Halloween? Complete the following saying, trick or. In what Shakespeare play are the following words spoken? Double, double, toil and trouble. In the same play, what animal whines 3 times during the witch's chant? The Fabrius Cauldron Trophy with programmer Richard Leinfeldner and designer. Cut off the bottom of that. Here's Rambo, First Blood Part 2. Knight Rider. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. V. Street Hawk Match Day. We played Match Day. Oh no, Adventure Games. Never Ending Story. Thankfully, we're not taking any interest in text adventures. Seas of Blood. Magician's Ball. Ice Station Zero, and they just ripped this from the cover of Pools. Seas of Blood, 78%. Neverending Story, 82%. Magician's Ball, 80%. Ice Station Zero, 49%. Clue Sniffing with a Pilgrim. Yeah. Do-it-yourself adventuring. The Quill. Good news, available on more than one machine. Powerful graphics features. Bad news, rather inflexible. Very expensive. How expensive is it? Graphics Adventure Creator. Well, it's cheaper. Good news, flexible, easy to use, wide range of commands, value for money. Bad news, Amstrad only at present. No multi-mode screen facility. Genesis. Another one that no one's ever used, probably. The Pilgrim would like to wish all those readers see page 258. Funny, there are 258 pages. Your Amstrad needs Gremlin. Create your own graphic adventure. There we go. Oh no. GAC incorporates the lens lock system. Oh no. I did get this. Did get the Graphic Adventure Creator on an Amstrad Action cover tape. Did not have lens lock, thankfully. They took that bit off. Wait a minute. Graphics Adventure Creator is $22.95. The Quill is $16.95. I suppose it's for both the Quill and the Illustrator, I guess. Genesis is $9.95. It's the normal price. And probably no one ever used it. Oh, here's a map. That's how you map an adventure game. 986 Diary. Old Bull takes a light-hearted look at what might just happen in the year ahead. 986. January. The New Year's Honours List contains MBEs for all Amstrad Action staff in recognition of services to Amstrad Computing. For the same reason, Alan Sugar is knighted. Arise, Sir Alan Sugar. Well, that did happen eventually, didn't it? Mr. S. Claus of Greenland places an advance order for 1 million Amstrad computers for Christmas 986. Motion Software released a long-awaited Wambo, in which 2 bare-chested pop singers have to machine gun their way into enemy territory to rescue another bare-chested pop singer captured by teenage fans. The game is criticised for its violence and terrible music. February. Gargle Games launched Dun Dun Noggin. You turn the hero Finn McCool through 360 degrees, but you still haven't a clue where you are. Department of the Environment places a preservation order on the CPC 664, making it the country's first listed computer. Severe penalties are instituted for anyone damaging, selling, and ditching one of these increasingly rare and threatened computers. Duke of Edinburgh becomes honorary chairman of the RSPA, the Royal Society for the Preservation of Arnolds. Yeah, this is good fun. March. CPC 6128 reinstated after mass demonstrations, lobbying of Parliament, and delivery of AA's petitions containing 500,000 signatures at Downing Street. Mrs. Thatcher announces that March 12th will henceforth be a public holiday to be called 6128 Day. Launch of follow-up to Sorcery Plus, Sorcery Plus Plus, with 256 rooms and 32 wizards. A great success. April. Sir Alan Sugar launches a battery-powered vehicle. Yes, it's April Fool's Day. Following the success of Sorcery Plus Plus, Virgin Software released Sorcery Plus 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 with 512 rooms and 64 sorcerers. Another great success. US Mold ran out of American games to release. They announced arrival of new Tibetan games, beginning with Papa Lama. May. Amsoft goes seasonal and released the long-awaited Roland Goes Gathering Nuts in May. It's bigger with vegetarians but flops with everyone else. The start of the cricket season sees the launch of Motion's Umpires, in which a bare-chested cricket official has to recapture his colleague from a savage group of players in the pavilion. Players in the game have to use a variety of equipment, pads, stumps, balls, cucumber sandwiches to inflict the maximum amount of damage. Now, this is the sort of cricket game we want, isn't it? So just make that. June. World Cup in Mexico is cancelled. FIFA decided to hold the competition on computer instead to avoid any possibility of hooliganism. In a tense 2-week session at the VDUs, England's representative Bob Wade scores a famous victory, Wimbledon's first and the most prestigious of soccer contests. Bungle Software released international snowballs to catch the Christmas market. AA comments that the game seems a little premature. Bungle Software. Yes. July. Sorcery Plus at last available. 768 rooms, 128 sorcerers. Purchasers begin to complain about the length of the name. Amstrad announced half-yearly profits at £125 million. Sir Alan Sugar comments that the figures are a little disappointing, but promises better results in the second half of the year. August. Sir Alan Sugar is elevated to the peerage. Arise, Lord Sugar of Brentwood. He is a lord now, though. So here we go. It all comes around. All home computer businesses suspended for 1 month as the nation celebrates with street parties, fireworks displays, etc. Magazines closed down. Virgin do not launch Sorcery Plus, etc. Amstrad do not bother to launch any new computers, and Sir Clive Sinclair, for 1 month at least, does not lose any more money. September. Pupils all over the nation return to school to find that all their teachers, have been replaced by Amstrad computers. Education Secretary Sir Keith Joseph explains the move as an attempt to introduce nationwide standards in education. US Mold, after the runaway success of Papa Lama, launched Dalai Lama in an almost unsuspecting public. In this game, you play the bare-chested leader of a Tibetan group who has to rescue a captured comrade from a monastery where he is held, etc., killing as many people as you can on the way. It goes straight to the top. Whamsoft launched Roland in Tibet, an attempt to cash in on the craze for Tibetan games. It flops. As the soccer season starts, Bunglesoft release International Croquet, in which a bare-chested mallet-wielding octogenarian has to rescue a captured, etc., October. Education Secretary Sir Keith Joseph wakes one crisp autumn morning to find himself replaced by the latest Amstrad computer, the 10-megabyte CPC 2000. He comments, I wish the CPC 2000 every success in its new job. I only hope it has more luck than I did. Amstrad Action reaches worldwide sales of 1 million. publisher Chris Anderson announces that staff are to be awarded extra rations of scrumpy in recognition of their achievements. Staff expressed their gratitude by pouring sugar in oil tank of publisher's Rolls-Royce. Virgin released Sorcery Plus 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 Plus. It goes to the top of the charts, where it's followed by Sorcery Plus 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 Plus, which is followed by Sorcery Plus Plus. November, Lord Sugar of Brentwood announces profits of £500 million for second half of the year. Growth has been promising but not spectacular, he says. I hope for a market improvement next year. Motion Software signed licensing deals with anyone with anything to license for the rest of the century. And Amstrad CPC 2000 wins a seat in Parliament at a by-election, and its maiden speech is greeted with rapturous applause by all parties. December, Christmas issue of Amstrad Action features a cover computer, one that Amstrad have had in their drawer for some time. The army is called out to control the queues as people fight to get hold of 1 or 2 million copies. In light of the country's worsening economic situation, Amstrad's CPC 2000 computers decide to take over the government. After the bloodless coup, the nation's politicians are set to useful work, dreaming up original scenarios for games. AA becomes official publication of the government. All staff members granted earldoms and generous life pensions. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what's going to happen in 1986. It's Herbert's dummy run. Cheating time. Yeah, cheat. Here's all the codes for Starion. More Dundalk. And everything that comes in American football. Jet Set Willie. You got a poke for Jet Set Willie. Choose whatever room you want to start in. More Wallies. Beachhead. Exactly how to hit everything in that one part of Beachhead. What, do we have any weird game names here? Looks pretty normal. Zaxxon. I don't remember Zaxxon ever being released. Not an official one, at least. With the pools. Uh-oh. I wonder if anyone even dumps these sort of programs, ones that no one really cares about. Montero Cross is a map. Soul of a Robot is another map. Pride Utilities. Highsoft. Pascal and C compilers. That's exactly what we want. More maps. Marsport. Easy map for Marsport. Sideways, but you get the idea, I guess. The key. Continue. There's more of it, even. List the rooms and objects. Doesn't tell you what they do, though. High rise. These hard little men. Other new title. Wizard's Lair for Commodore 64, Amstrad and Spectrum. Bubble Bus software. High scores. Have any fake scores there? 19,000 on Pinball Wizard. Ooh. Oh, Mummy, 28,925. From some dude in Perth. Someone made £12,000 in Minder. Wonderful. Fighting Warriors, someone got 74,620. Probably nearly finished it, probably with that score. These more scores. Rolling on the Ropes, 999,999. Someone's really good at this game. There's a big scores. Sorcery, lots of people over 97,000. Wonderful detail on that one. Stunning software savings. Overseas readers can join in. If you're in Ireland, at least. Or if you live outside Europe, please add 50% to the cost of your order to cover postage. 50%. Yeesh. Oh, there you go. Readers' charts. The Serious Software Top 10. Mini Office, Transmat, Screen Designer, Tazword, The Quill, Electric Studio, Light Pen, DK-Tronics Light Pen. People like light pens, I guess. Easy Amsword, Highsoft C, Masterfile. And the important bit, the games. Readers' Games Top 20. Sorcery, Way of Exploding Fist, Night Law, Highway Encounter, Sorcery Plus, Dunderarch, Football Manager, Frank Bruno's Boxing, Alien 8, Combat Links, Daley Thompson's Decathlon, Non-Turquoise, 3D Grand Prix, Match Day, Starion, Soul of a Robot, Jet Set Willy, Cyrus 2 Chess, Boulder Dash, Wizard's Lair. Hasn't even been reviewed yet, Wizard's Lair. Maybe next issue, I'm not sure. Christmas Questionnaire. What do you feel we should do about our games content? Greatly increase it, slightly increase it, keep the balance as it is. Yeah, whatever. Please circle the letter of your choice. Which of the following is most describes your feelings towards our margin character Toot? A, he's fantastic. B, he's often amusing. C, he's okay. D, he's annoying. Oh, I didn't mean anything other than fantastic. Come on. Good bite. Looks like very normal game names. Beached. I'm sure that's supposed to be Beach Head, maybe? Beached? I don't know, I've never heard of it. There's another one advertising Zaxxon. What's the actual Zaxxon release? Oh, I don't remember. I remember one called Zax. Or Pajamarama with an E. Good. Just got an E here. These are mostly pretty normal. No fake games here. Go for gold. Your choice of 2 free US gold games when you subscribe to Amstrad Action. The Amstrad, they're American, they're amazing. Start of the US gold rush. full software. You get to see Thunderbirds again, which was not released. Take a trip to the Take a trip to the pleasure game. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Some already have. Variety is certainly the key word in this highly unusual game, which has surely gone far beyond what anyone ever expected. A beautiful program, an adventure of great imagination with some superb programming techniques. It's nice to see a game that can match the quality and the style of the group, action and strategy, and there are a number of slick touches that will keep you on your toes. Spectrum 48K, Commodore 64. Yeah, Amstrad version does come. Oh, you see it's available now for the Amstrad, of course. Yeah. Yeah, that's the end of the magazine.